suit. More work went into this body than your fucking suit.
Yo, more work went into this body than your fucking suit. Facts.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about the WAP course. We're gonna talk a little bit about your guys' feedback. You guys had some comments from me, and I really wanted to open up this one thing because this is a topic that me and my brother were talking about, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 things that you need to understand as a guy, and this will affect you no matter what. This is how we're going to open up the Get 1% Better podcast today because I want you guys to understand this. It doesn't matter if you're listening to information from me, from John, from fucking Iman Gadzi, or from the Andrew Tate brothers.
100%.
We're going to use the Tate brothers for an example, right? There are many, many different types of people who process things differently. And it doesn't matter. The same one piece of information that the Tate brothers gave, which is, make money, be confident, work out, whatever the case may be. People can take it so many different ways. Some people took it and said, I'm going to go find strippers and I'm going to make money. Some people said, I'm going to take some of the morals and I'm going to take this and I'm going to get fit and I'm going to take care of my family and protect them. And some people said, I'm going to stay single and get supercars and respect women. But at the end of the day, what you need to understand is that you need to take everything with a grain of salt, first of all. 100%. And second of all, you need to shape your life and your character to be the way that you want based off of your beliefs. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't matter what Tate said that's extreme or not extreme or helpful or not helpful.
Yep.
You need to focus on you and making sure what you're doing is correct.
100%.
So this is just something that me and my brother were talking about. But all to say, every single piece of information that you get on the internet, doesn't matter if it's a course, it doesn't matter if it's a person or a podcast, take it with a grain of salt and be able to integrate it into your life in a healthy way,
100%.
not an extreme way.
So basically, everyone develops in a different way. No one's going to be able to develop the same way someone else did. You see someone succeed quicker than you, or
people learn differently.
Exactly.
People
everyone
implement
learns
differently.
Yeah, everyone implements and learns at a different pace. And whether you're faster at learning at something than this guy was or this guy, you can only compare yourself. There's a saying, don't compare yourself to someone at chapter 20 when you're at chapter 1, And that's the best way to put it, is because they're at chapter 20 and you want to get to chapter 20, doesn't mean that you don't do the things that they've done to be successful. You can implement them into your life and what works for you. Fucking potential spam. What the fuck?
Say, get the fuck off my phone. Who you think you calling, man?
Exactly, bro.
You know how expensive my number is.
I'm trying to get 1% better here, and you're probably over there eating chips on a long chair or some shit.
Guys, we're going to start with some Q&A, and then we're going to do about 10 minutes of offending what's trending, just to try it out. But the first question from you guys is, how did your own fitness journey begin, and what are some of the challenges you faced along the way?
So basically what I guess we're asking is, how did you find your why? Because that's the whole reason you get into going to the gym, doing anything. You got to find your why, right? That's quite frankly what the question is asking is, what did you find, or what made you find your why?
Well,
right?
You go first, because my story is very sad and pathetic, so you go first.
Wow, this man just turned into a conversation. Okay. My shit was sad and pathetic too. More so, I played sports in high school, so I stayed relatively fit. Not fit, but
not like
relatively
crazy.
Yeah, like when I went to the gym, everyone made fun of me because I had a runner's build. Does that even, when I first started going to the gym, they looked at me and said, "You got a runner's build."
Farmer John.
What the fuck? Okay, so the runner's build, eventually, I guess that was what fueled me. But more so, my why was I'm tired of feeling like shit and looking in the mirror and looking like shit. And I kind of came to a realization that I'm not going to find the girl, which I have found the girl, due to getting fit, getting right, going to the gym every day. I went to the gym every single day, and more so, I found a group of guys that wanted to better themselves, and I went to the gym with them. That way we stayed disciplined with each other, you know what I mean? Even in the days I want to go to the gym, I went to the gym with my brother, you know what I mean? We pitched in, you know what I'm saying? So that's how...
It's the easiest way to maintain it in the long run anyway.
100%.
Being in school and being around a team of people makes it so much easier for you to do it every day when you're forced to do it every day. But once you guys graduate, once you're working, once you're by yourself, or once you have to get your own membership and all that shit, there's a lot of things that change, and you're going to discover it's very, very difficult. Not every day you're going to want to do it. Some days you're going to be in complete pain, and those are the days that you can either go to the gym, or you can make it a rest and recovery day, or you can do the hardest thing for any gym bro and stay in bed and eat lots of food and recover. But we all know you don't want to do that. Oh, they've heard my stories a million times. This one was specifically for Dildy.
What?
I have social media questions. Everybody wanted to know what's going on with you.
That's why.
Because they've never heard your story. They've heard me say my story while doing leg day before.
Well, so yeah, like eventually the family issues. I moved out, had to really get my life together and see why. Let's sum it up. That's the main thing is family issues and a heartbreak that like trended me in a way that I didn't want to spiral my life into. I didn't see myself. Honestly, I didn't see a future, but now I see a future. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see the path. Now there's a future. You know what I'm saying? I see what I'm working towards. I have goals in place, and I have achievements I want to hit, and that makes you feel even better. Just knowing that you have those set.
By extension, the gym fuels your focus.
100%. I would say that it's needed, whether it's a 5-minute run, 10 minutes on the Stairmasters, or just a quick little pump session. If that's all you have time for, I would say
pump it.
Exactly. You need that. You just need that quick. Get your blood flowing. Even walks in parks or like. Something that motivates you every day to get yourself moving
unfat
and tackle the goal and achieve something.
I love it. Well, we're gonna talk about you guys have some great questions here.
What's the next one?
Next question. What strategies have been the most effective for growing your social media? Give me 2 that have been fantastic for you.
Wow.
2 of your favorite strategies for growing your social media. What has been the most helpful?
Replying to comments.
That's a really good one.
Really interacting with your engagement. The more that you interact with your engagement, the more they revisit your page.
Facts.
And on top of that, they're going to be like, oh, he actually wants to build a connection. I'm going to follow this guy. Let's join this guy's journey,
Facts. There have been thousands of people that have commented that weren't following. Because I check all of you, if you're following or not.
Yeah.
Especially for the people, and this is for all of you people that are reaching out, doing business.
Comment
for
right
all
now.
the people that are copywriters and you guys are trying to start an editing business. Yeah. If you reach out to somebody to offer them service and you're not following them, they will not respond to you.
100%.
I will not respond to you if you comment in my DM and you say, bro, amazing content. I love what you're doing with your fitness journey, and you're not following me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fucking respond.
Yeah.
You're not following me. You're not supporting what I do. You took a skim through my page so that you could say something personalized. I know how this shit works. I've cold called before. I've gone through people. We used
to be those people that leave those DMs and not follow.
So if you guys want to grow your business or your copywriting business or whatever the case may be, just make sure that you are genuinely involving yourself in the person that you are trying to get in contact with.
I would say to watch, if you're looking to be an editor for somebody, watch their page for a couple of days. And
you should probably learn how they want their videos edited.
How they like their videos edited and what angles they like and what background and what filters and basically what color grading they scheme. And then when you get in and you're knowledgeable through the DMs,
it would be your best interest,
and they could see that you've been on every single post, commenting, not just hey.
That's how you get their attention, honestly, bro.
Exactly. So the best way of growing, I guess, on social media for me was actually interacting.
Comment responses.
And the next one I would say is being consistently posting, but not too much, and not posting too much. Be consistent with it.
Don't put out the garbage.
Day. Exactly. Don't put out content that you don't care about or content you could care less seeing, or because
if it doesn't stick to your message, don't post it.
Exactly. People are like, oh, I gotta get a post up.
We used to be the same way.
If you can't get a post out by time, save it for the next day,
or save it for the next time slot.
Exactly.
There's 3 slots in the day that you can post in.
Yes, exactly. On how to grow content, you need 3 time slots. I would say 12. 11,
right
30th?
Before 12, between 11 and 11:30.
Okay.
Then you have 3 to 5.
3 to 5, and then at late nights 9 to 11. 9 to 11. You know what I mean?
Ish. And this also is platform dependent as well.
Without a doubt. So then, if you missed the first time slot, go to the next one. If you're really trying to grow on social media, more is better. The more you post, yes, is better. but quality in the post. And if it's the same meaning that
you need to have authenticity and focus, like brand focus. If it's not going to serve your brand, push your message, or if it's not going to be helpful to somebody scrolling, don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not even your niche, because, well, this depends on where you guys are as well, because remember, if you're a small creator, stick to your niche 100%. Very strictly, but if you're bigger,
that's the question.
Branch out.
Exactly. The question was with the strategy to growing. So if we're looking to grow, stick to a niche.
Well, it depends, because trends sometimes aren't niche dependent. But you don't want to be a trend fuck.
Yeah, exactly. We've talked about this on previous podcasts, that you don't want to grow
too fast,
truly off of trendy bullshit.
That's a very big thing, though, is that when we're talking about growing on social media, another thing that you guys really need to remain focused on is that we're talking about building personal brand. Yep. We don't care about followers. We don't care about achieving a certain number in a certain amount of time.
We love engagement, you need a brand. Likes, DMs, comments, things that we can help you out with.
Well, those are important metrics.
Exactly.
But you want it to be focused
100%
on you.
Yeah.
You know?
That's because you're trying to build a brand that reaches out and have an audience that actually is, engaging and spreading your word and message. Because the more that you can get your message out there, the better.
Literally.
All right, question 3.
Like, I would say, just continuing education and being engaging with your audience is the two biggest things for growth.
Yeah.
The continuing education is another question that we have here is, where did it go? We'll get to it, but continuing education and continuing to learn and stay up to date with changes is very, very important. But that comes into our next one, which is, what are some of the biggest challenges that you faced in building your brand, and how did you face them? Well, the biggest one is the amount of content that we put out. Me personally, I post on LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I post on 7 different platforms twice a day. That is a lot of content to make by myself.
Yep.
And I will tell you, that was probably the biggest challenge when coming to burning out, when coming up with new ideas, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The biggest way to overcome that is to either reallocate and outsource that, or, which is something that we talk about within the course, is use AI for these things. Use AI to generate emails and copy and quotes. Use AI to be able to edit stuff. Yes. Yeah. Even with podcasts like this, I personally don't do it because AI misses it, and sometimes I need to censor stuff, but you can literally get Adobe Podcast and put your audio and your video clip in there. It will cut out every single quiet part and every single part that has filtered words for you automatically.
Wow.
Which usually takes hours to do. So just learn how to incorporate AI into your workflow with whatever you're doing, or reallocate these tasks to somebody else.
Find the tools, which are in the course. Find the tools
literally they are.
Find the tools that suit your needs. You know what I mean? When you if you're editing at the level that we are with 7 different platforms twice a day, we want it to run smoothly, but also it's hard to put out
this volume of content
that rapidly fast every single day, on top of having the quality it has. You know what I mean? So you need the tools. It's just like any job. You need the tools and the skills and the skill set to manufacture, basically. You know what
literally.
I mean?
To be able to have that production, in quality production at that. Not to say only use AI. Do not be one of these losers that comes out here making AI avatars with AI music, with AI text. Don't do that. Humans don't like that.
You can overdo AI.
You can.
It's
just not at the same level of human interaction. It's not the same quality. It's not the same. There's no connection. It's like, we already hate talking. When a robot picks up the phone and you're trying to get a hold of a human, let me speak to a fucking... Right, dude. Let me speak... What are they called? Representative. Let me speak to a representative. I don't want to fucking talk... we don't like talking to robots to begin with.
Yeah.
Don't make your people have to watch this garbage.
On top of that, if you are still going through the process of learning AI, it is amazing to overdo AI. You just have to know the difference. And
it's as simple as overdoing transactions.
That AI, exactly. Or
transitions.
I would say a lot of people use too many transitions and a lot of filters.
Don't do it. They put too many colors
into the video, or they put too many colors into the picture, or they color grade it to where it looks washed or too warm. You know what I mean?
Too cold.
Exactly. So then if it's not working for you, you'll know. You know the quality. You know the quality of your video, and you
should know the quality. Don't compare it to people with 4K 120 FPS cameras.
Exactly. Yeah.
But ask yourself, watch the video, and even put the phone down, face down, and listen to the video. Would I be interested if I just heard this randomly?
Yeah.
Watch the video with no audio and say, is this video look good? Because people watch videos differently. Some people only listen to audio. Some people only read the captions.
Yeah.
Some people only look at the visuals if they want to see a piece of eye candy.
Some people only
you know?
look at the freaking hook. If the hook's not good,
they swipe. You're done.
Everyone's attention sucks now. It really does. Attention span is through the roof.
If you don't got that hook right, you're fucked, buddy. I'm sorry to say.
100%. So that's another biggest challenge. Finding really good hooks.
It's very easy to find, actually.
That fit our niche, you know what I'm saying?
You need to find the most popular videos and remake those hooks. Yeah. Or, sorry to say, you can use the same fucking words, just with your own style. Who else do you see sitting up here on the podcast screaming?
I would say that the course has all the tools and all the hooks you would ever need.
Yeah, that's facts. If you guys get the course, which is $47, by the way, the price is going to go up in 2025. But if you guys haven't already, the price is $47 with every single module. You also get presets. You get quizzes that are with it, as well as we go through and we screen record every single thing that you guys need to do and see when doing all this shit. So
day-to-day updates as well. Like the course
weekly updates. You guys can get day-to-day updates if you go into the Discord, which, by the way, is free, by the way. If you're not in the Discord, Ollie's doing an amazing job on the fitness side with answering all of your questions for fucking free.
Yeah.
But if you guys aren't in the Discord yet, you can ask any questions you want. If you want us to create a loom, we're more than happy to do that. But, yeah, the course is great. The Discord is amazing. We have a super dope group of individuals in there. He's in there. Everybody's in there. Jay's in there. David's in there.
Without a doubt.
But kind of leading into the next question we have is, what is the first step that someone needs to take if they're starting on social media? This is a very easy answer. You should just fucking start. Now, we have a free guide for you guys in the bio. It literally gives you everything you need to do. Setting up profile pictures. We go over how you should set up your bio.
Yep.
How you should find content. How much time to spend finding content.
Yep. And that's
what platform.
also
we give
Discord.
You everything.
We do weekly calls at 7.
That you can ask whatever questions you want.
100%.
This is a very easy question.
If you log in for this question, this question is simple. If you log into the Zoom call or Zoom Meets or whether we're doing it on Discord, you log in and you literally pull your phone up right there and ask the questions as you're going through it. It's basically one-on-one.
No, it is one. It's basically one-on-one. Everybody goes one at a time, and you guys can ask questions at whatever rate that you want to. But all of that to say, a very simple question. You just need to start. You need to stop asking, stop thinking, stop asking people, should I do this? Stop watching videos on algorithms. Just start something. Change your profile picture. Add a content of library. Download 10 videos that you want to replicate. Recreate your body. Just start somewhere. Stop asking, simple. Stop thinking, just start. That's all you have to do.
There's a difference between planning accordingly, which is like setting up,
and procrastinating.
And procrastinating.
There's a very big difference in those two words.
There's a big difference in like, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to start it. And if you're not gathering the tools like AI, like the hooks and ways and videos, you know what I mean? Then you're not building it.
You're not doing a good job.
You're not setting it up. You're not getting ready to get do content. You're procrastinating.
Yeah. Which goes into the next question. This is a step that you guys have to take. How do you help clients identify their target audience and create content that resonates with them? So this is the very first. Whenever you guys come in my DMs, you guys might think that there's a robot responding to you. I try to respond as fast as I can, but sometimes I take a little bit of a break. The number one question that I ask you guys is, what are you passionate about? And I'm not asking you what fucking your favorite video game is. When I say, what are you passionate about? Yeah. Are you passionate about helping people? Are you passionate about helping people realize shit in them? Are you passionate about editing? Are you passionate about making movies?
What are you passionate about?
That is how you identify what you should be doing.
Exactly. Or what character are you trying to build? What do you see yourself
doing? Your personal brand comes into that.
Exactly. That's how you set up everything else.
But the character building comes after you've identified what you enjoy doing. Because, sorry to say, if you do not love what you're doing, this is not going to last for you. You need to be able to do something for 10 years without getting tired of it, which is why we pick a passion project. Now, keep this in mind. When it comes to making money, you guys do not want to turn a passion into your monetized because you will make it feel like a job.
Yep.
Depending on how far you want to take it. So when we ask, what are you passionate about? We ask like 3 things. We break it down. We figure out what's going to be the best option for you, what the market currently has the biggest demand for, and then we go from there. That's how we find out what target audience, and how to start making content. That's kind of our process. Dumbed down, by the way. That's not that simple, but that's basically the first steps. As soon as you guys hit me in the DM, you guys are like, I say, yo, I'm glad you commented 1%. What's your and then you guys are like, what's going on? How do I make money? I'm like, okay, tell me what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Those are the first 2-3 lines we use.
So also, if you reach out to somebody, and a lot of the times you reach out and you're just like, hey, I want to make money. Cool. I think everyone wants to make money.
I'm pretty sure everybody wants to make money.
Everyone needs to make money. Everyone wants to make money. What's going to set you apart than that person that wants to make money? The passion of doing something. That's
you need to be passionate about it, my guy.
You need to truly, to work with somebody or work in a niche, you need to be passionate about it. You need to really actually want the shit to succeed and want to see the things grow in the scale that you want it to grow. And having the passion makes it 10 times easier. Now, he is talking about not making it a job and your passion the same thing. It'll
feel like it if you don't do it the right way.
Yeah, exactly. But if you have the skills and you're passionate about having these skills, you can use the skills to make money. And if you're passionate about it, then you're going to make even more money because you're scaling it a certain way. You know what I mean?
Literally, my guy. But on to the next one. What are common mistakes you see people making when trying to build their online presence? I'll give you 2, and then he might have 2 as well. But the number 1 I'm going to say is focusing on your views. Yes, but I call it a vanity metric. Views are important metric to gauge if you're growing.
Yeah.
But they do not mean your content is good or bad.
Nope.
And 2, focusing on simply trending shits, focusing on trying to get to a Gymshark, you're focusing on the wrong things. You need to focus on, sorry to say, getting 1% better every day.
Yep.
Making sure the next video is good. Analyzing your script. Revisiting your podcast. Seeing the comments. And don't take every comment seriously because not everybody's going to say your content is great. But being able to reassess what you have already done in order to get better every day. Yep. Even I can still get better. I can still edit more. I can add music to the videos. I can make my courses more descriptive.
Yeah.
There's so many things that can improve because there's a lot of moving parts, but those are the main things.
As long as you lay your head down at night and you say, I got 1% better today, or I did something to improve my skills by 1%.
You should feel pretty good about yourself.
You should. Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't beat yourself up about it. And I would say, is that your 2?
Yeah, those would be mine 2.
And the question was...
The question was, what are the most commonly made mistakes that people use building their online presence?
And you said watching the views and doing trendy shit.
Yeah, just don't focus on those 2 things, man.
Those are,
biggest.
What worked, like we said at the beginning of the podcast, what works for somebody else, what got them trendy views, may not work for you. I mean... Maybe not. The algorithm may give you a favor and fair share, but that
or you might have joined too late.
Exactly. That just means that you... got the views from that and if it's not even in your niche, then don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? And I would say the 2 things, like you said, focusing, like, 1, mine is definitely the views. Like, don't get discouraged over the views. Your content is not graded off of your views. Honestly, your content is graded by your engagement. The more people that comment and relate to it and actually build a connection to it is the main... That's the goal. That's the goal.
The goal is to harness a community of people.
If you're trying to build a personal brand, which this is...
I'm assuming that if you watch my content, you are trying to build a personal brand.
You're in the process of building a personal brand. And I would say another thing is don't get discouraged or lack of, I guess, content. Like, go out there and just do it. You know what I mean? Like,
some niches will have less content.
Because a lot of the times, a lot of people make the silly mistake of saying, I don't have a $4,000 camera. Your $1,500 phone can get pretty good content.
If you have a $1,500 phone, that is the camera, dog.
Exactly.
The new iPhone 6 is literally as good as the Sony 7.
100%.
So.
And that's what I'm saying. So don't sell yourself short. Overcome, basically, the lack of...
Sucking, yeah.
Stop
sucking.
Just get 1% better. Start with your phone. We started with our phones in the gym. We were literally propping our phones off of weights. We were just commenting and posting random crap. It looked like shit. Don't be a loser. And now look what it turned into. You know what I mean? We made it work. So you have to learn how to work with less so you can get to more.
Literally that.
What is the next question?
So... How do you help people who feel Actually, no, we have another one. We're gonna skip some of the questions that we've answered before. Another one that we have is, what tools or resources do you recommend for planning and organizing content? Don't go fucking crazy with this, bro. Don't get a bunch of apps on your phone. Use 2 things. I would use one if I were you. I would start with one, but use
Your
2.
course.
I use... The course is great, but Asana... I use Asana for task allocation because every time you complete it, you press check, and it gives you this little animation, and you get this hit of dopamine. It's great. But the main thing you need to get used to using as a fucking adult, as well as just as a content creator and a business owner in general...
Calendar.
Google Calendar, bro. Just
Hell
use it.
yeah.
Everybody has it. It's free. It connects to everything. Zoom, Google Meets,
And make
Google,
sure you're not
YouTube,
late to shit.
Facebook. It just helps.
And make sure you're not missing out on shit. And make sure you know what's coming up and you're not blindsided by anything.
Literally.
And your day is just planned accordingly. And it feels so
It's
much
so
better.
easy.
Like you were saying, like with the dopamine of just, hey, you did it. You completed the task. Like that's the feeling. If you're on time, you're there. Even if you're early, late, like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? When you complete your calendar, you feel like your day is completed. You feel at ease. You're
You
able to
feel
lay your head
fantastic.
down.
You went through the
Exactly.
day and you got everything that you needed to done. But when you get to the end of the day and you're laying in bed and you're jerking off and you've got nothing done, do you really feel good about yourself at the end of the day when you've done absolutely nothing? It doesn't feel good. So make sure that you get things done. Your task allocation is correct. You're
You
checking
stop
things off
jacking
the
off.
list.
And you get 1% better
Yeah,
each
man.
day.
You just need to make sure you're doing everything you possibly can. But going into the next question, how do you help people who feel intimidated or unsure about putting themselves out there on social media
Oh,
now?
wow.
This is a great one.
question.
This is a great one.
So intimidated meaning by they don't want to show their face, or
I've had a couple
intimidated
scenarios.
on not just not showing their face, but intimidated more so like them finding out about
amount of
their
information.
exactly, them finding out their background information or finding out who they are. Or
I'll
what
give you
they
guys
do,
3 scenarios for this, right? 3 quick scenarios. I've had people who simply don't want their face to be on camera. I've had people who simply want to keep a private life but are perfectly fine on camera.
Yeah.
And I've had people who are great on camera. They don't care about privacy. They just don't know where the fuck to start because they're intimidated by the amount of information out there. There's different places to go. If you don't want your face on there, if you don't want your face online, do faceless pages, do automated pages. There's multiple digital products that you can sell and stores that you can set up that don't require your face to be present.
Yeah, learn the back that like you know behind the scenes.
So many ways to do it.
basically the behind the scenes and the quality of content honestly should be a lot better if you're just using small little clips and stuff and really focus on editing and color grading and the music side of it and the trendy side of it and the resources that you can grab and basically like ChatGPT, like use AI to generate most of your stuff too.
Building the
If you're
personal
not gonna
brand
use
is
your
easier
face,
that
you
way.
know what I mean? A face,
You should be focused on that.
You should, and then eventually, if you wanted to, you start a page like you said without your face, and see how well it does, and see that I can make myself look a lot better on camera, or portray myself a lot better on camera now that I learned using the faceless account. You know what I mean?
Attaching your face, I will tell you right now, will convert sales faster and create authenticity quicker. But if you want to create money online, like one of my students, he's making over $50,000 a month selling Trump and Kamala shirts.
Yep.
You do not need to have your face on the internet. So you need to assess what you're good at, what you're not good at, what you're willing to do, and what you're not willing to do long term. From there, you need to assess what are you intimidated by. Is it you don't want people to know who you are and what you do? I've gone by aliases and used privacy my entire life. If you just aren't comfortable on camera, use something like TikTok Shopify stores and content creation that's faceless and doing TikTok products. If you are fine with everything, you just need to assess where you need to go next. That's all you got to do.
Exactly. Or while you're doing that, prop up a camera in your room and start trying to get to.
You don't even have to make your face the point of it. Like you can just have the camera behind you, recording your hands, what you're doing.
Exactly.
So many things you
make
do.
something. Get camera comfortable if you're going to be on social media, though. That's what I would say. Because eventually, when you get that empire or that brand, you're going to want to, like, show off and not show up.
Some people don't, though. Some people are very happy with a quiet life, you know? Some people just are like that. Me, personally, I started like that. I made 3 YouTube channels. I had a car page, I had a gaming page, and I had a graphics and animation page.
Yeah.
All of them are faceless. 2 of them got to be over 100,000. My fresh HD intros, because I was making intros for YouTubers, got to over 250,000 subscribers before I ever showed my face.
Yeah.
You can do it if you want to do it. But it might change depending on the avenue that you're going to take.
The quality of your videos when you transferred into your face were better because you
No,
already
they actually
had...
sucked.
Well...
It was dude, I'm sorry, but if you start faceless, you're going to need to also understand that the quality of your content is very different. Recording in an uncontrollable atmosphere, such as the real world or real life, is very different from me rendering and making an intro in a 100% enclosed studio effect software, Adobe or Blender. It's very, very different. So if you are going to start faceless, you need to understand what's going to happen once you go into face front camera.
Yeah,
But
I guess that does make sense.
Yeah, we're not going to bore you guys too much with those details. We're running out of time here. So we're going to do, what's the process for coming up with fresh content ideas that keep your audience engaged?
You don't come up with anything fresh.
Not in the beginning.
If it's not fucking working, if you're not if your content that you put out is not consistently getting views, then you need to kind of use.
You need to have
hooks.
maintenance content.
Yeah, exactly. You need to grow. Like you need content that shows you what your product and your brand is about. But then later at night, it's the trendy, more so following the same layout or template of another post. That way,
we talk about this all the time.
It keeps it fresh. Like you're saying, if you're looking for fresh content, you need content at the kind of towards the end of the day when everyone's trying to whelm down. They're going to be scrolling pretty fast. They're not going to sit there and have time to actually engage and be like, oh, let me learn who this new guy is. You know what I mean? Like they're just trying to mindless content. And if you're trying to focus on that, the fresh content you would need or to create fresh content would be going out there and looking for templates to recreate.
Absolutamente. And there's 3 types of content. We're not going to dive into it, but you have your velocity, your cultivation, and your pitch.
Yep.
When it comes to creating content, if you're not going to sell anything or monetize your audience, you just need to focus on 2. Velocity content, which is the viral content, and your cultivation content, which is content that's about you, your audience, and solving their problems.
Yep.
That's all you need to focus on. Do polls. Do Q&As. What kind of content do you guys want to see? What problems are you having with your life? Do you do this? Do you do what I do? Do you not do it? It's very simple. And then the virality content, scroll for 10 minutes a day. Find 5 to 7 or 5 to 10 pieces of content that you think would perform well on your page that you can remake and make it look good. That's all you have to do.
For that 10 minutes, you're not scrolling for your pleasure. You're scrolling.
If you scroll for pleasure,
if you're scrolling for pleasure,
I'm looking at you.
You're not getting 1% better. We're looking at you.
Don't scroll for pleasure.
You need to be learning or critiquing a skill when you're watching content.
Yes. You are consuming content to produce content. Don't be a consumer, be a producer.
Yeah.
But we won't stay too long on that topic. We have 4 more questions for you guys. We are almost out of time.
Oh, shit.
How do you handle negative feedback or setbacks in the social media journey? I'll tell you, there's 2 ways to do it, right?
Just don't pay attention to it. Delete the fucking comment.
No. Leave the comment. Leave the comment because your crowd will come defend you if you're right.
Dude,
if they're right,
so
then you're
posts.
wrong. You know.
I remember so many posts that you commented and said, "Hey, this dickhead's fucking messaging me, and my fucking guys are just going in there and tearing him apart."
That's literally how it goes.
I love that. And I went in there and commented against him too because he was.
And then it continues.
And it continues.
It's fucking great. That's if you have a bigger audience. It won't always happen.
No.
But there's 2 things that you can do. You can either be a lighthearted troll, and this will boost your engagement if you go to the comment or if you go to your DMs and you just want to troll them a little bit. You can if you want. I'm not going to tell you how to do that because that's a personalized thing.
We don't condone trolling. If you want it to happen,
I actually do. Recently, I built my entire brand off of being positive and being nice. But recently, bro, you guys have really been fucking getting me. I've been going in the comments and having fun.
I've heard of creators paying people to go in their comments when they have a large following, paying people to go in their comments and actually post negative trolling feedback.
I genuinely love when you guys question my post because it creates like paragraphs under my. I have no problem doing that.
Yeah,
I think it's funny
100%.
as shit.
Yeah.
But you can either be a troll or you can approach them. Like, there was this one guy in my DMs the other day. He was talking about your content is garbage, this and that. And I was like, bro, is that really how you feel? Are you okay? And he was like, no, I'm just actually having a bad day. And we ended up having a whole hour-long conversation after that. So you can either approach it like that.
You know what I mean? You probably changed his day around because he was like, hey, this guy actually responded and he has a bunch of followers. He took the time out of his day to give me...
Sadly.
Time, you know what I mean? And that person probably just wanted some attention that day. So
you can lead with positivity or you control people. It's truly up to you guys.
It depends on where you're trying to send your personal brand. I would say that we're trying to develop and get everyone 1% better. Now, whether they want that advice is different, but
it's very different.
Giving it to them is probably what we're going to do.
Yes.
What's another one? Last one?
Let's do last one. We have so many good questions, which we'll get to in these more, you guys. But how do you stay authentic and connected to your audience as your brand grows?
That's really hard because, like, when your brand's growing, I guess, rapidly or at a steady pace...
Stories.
You need to fill them in consistently.
On your story.
No one...
On your story.
Yeah. Post the shit on your story.
That's the way you do it, and then put in your highlights.
But also... On top of that, like, a lot of people, when they check out your page, they're not going to know what you got going on. So, like, every now and then throw in that story
just
flashback.
A talking head or a reel or some shit.
I want to say you did this week or last week. You
posted I posted my entire life story, dog.
On your story, you posted your entire life story, and...
Now it's highlights now.
Exactly. Everyone started connecting. Everyone's like, oh, this guy actually
I've
knows
never
what he's
had
doing.
so much feed, bro. That story got 20,000 views.
Amazing.
In 24 hours.
Nice.
And I don't usually get that. I usually get like maybe 3,000 to 7,000 views on my story.
Though, right?
That was fantastic.
That's not a post. That's not a reel. That's not trying to be trendy. That is just 20,000 people that really connected and actually followed his story.
It was honestly very pathetic.
And engaged in
Did you see how disgustingly skinny I was, bro? I felt disrespected posting that shit. I was like, bro, what the
we
actual fuck?
all have to start somewhere. You always have to start somewhere.
You do.
And we're all here to get 1% better.
You have to start. But all to say, these are some of the best things. These are some of the best questions that we've had so far. We'd love to keep answering questions. So if you guys have any questions, drop them below. Join the Discord below, as well as if you guys have not already, at least check out the course, check out the testimonials we have on our story posted up. We would love to help you guys succeed, and if you guys don't have the funds for it right now, go get the free guide. It's literally 15 pages of everything I've compacted from the last 12 years into a 15-page PDF to help you guys get started.
And 100% just stay active in the Discord if you can't get the course right now, because
just ask questions. Join the Q&A calls, bro. We're here to answer.
We're monitoring it all the time. It's going to be able to be replied immediately. Like you said, Ollie's doing a really good job.
Fantastic
with
job.
The fitness side, and now we're trying to pick up the business side because we're always so busy. But we're going to do that. You know what I mean?
If you guys haven't already, get in the trenches, man. Get engaged. Ask questions. We have tons of value for you guys. Yeah, start today. After you watch this video, just join the Discord. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to introduce yourself, but 100%. You guys are more than welcome to introduce yourself.
I would love
and say what your goals are. I 100%. Always encourage that. You guys don't have to join the Discord and be like, what can I say? Am I allowed to talk about myself? Don't do that shit.
Join the Discord. Put in your, basically, introduce yourself. And put in a goal that you're trying to achieve, so maybe someone in the Discord or us personally could get you to where
they might connect with you, fam.
We got connections. We have internet. We have networks that may get you.
We have an amazing community of people. Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to bring together the best minds and guys in the world.
Yep.
I thoroughly believe that I have achieved that, and I would love for you to be a part of it. But with all that said, we hope you guys did enjoy this episode of the Get 1% Better podcast. If you did, make sure to subscribe if you're not already. And until next time, remember to get 1% better every single day. And we will see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.